Hello to all of our amazing, legit KidLit viewers. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Alexis. We're your hosts of Legit KidLit. We are excited to welcome author Laurie Wallmark and welcome back author Keila Dawson. Please tell us about your books.
Okay, well, I'll go first since you said my name first. I've had 3 books come out during the pandemic, but 2 last year. My latest is Dino Pajama Party, which is just a little rhyming book for little kids. It's fun, it's silly. Dino's wearing bunny slippers. But the book before that, Codebreaker Spy Hunter, is more on my brand, which is writing about picture book biographies of women in STEM. And Elizabeth Friedman was a code breaker in World War I and World War II, caught rum runners, caught Nazis. She was quite a woman.
Yeah. And I write fiction and nonfiction picture books. I have 3 that are published, The King Cake Baby, and it's carnival time, so happy Mardi Gras, No Voice Too Small, and Opening the Road, which are both pandemic books also, and nonfiction. And I have 2 on the way. No Voice Too Small will have a companion book called No World Too Big, Young People Fighting Climate Change, and Yumbo Gumbo, which is a storytelling math book, and part of that series. And they are both coming out with Charles Bridge in 2023.
Yay, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
I was just looking back at our episode, Keila, from No Voice Too Small, and that was like one of my favorite episodes. I think it was like November 2020 or something like that.
Yes.
But I'm so excited for a second book. That's great.
And Laurie, I'm gonna have to get that dinosaur book because we have a dino. It reminds me of a book we have that's like a dino dance party. So I'm like, okay, dino dance party and then pajama party. They're perfect.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like
She
I say,
has
most
dino
of my
pajamas.
books are about women in STEM. I have 3 more coming out in the next few years, another fiction picture book, but it's good to mix it up.
Yeah,
Yes,
I love that.
It is.
So exciting. Now, tell us how you both know each other.
We were just talking about that. I knew Laurie before she knew me because I always read her books and used them as mentor texts, of course. I was interested in writing a biography, so of course I flocked to her books. And when we were talking about getting a permanent group of authors and illustrators together to do more than just promotion, Laurie was one of the people that we wanted to invite to our group, KidLit for Growing Minds, and so we've been working together ever since. And it's been really good. I've learned a lot.
As have I.
It sounds awesome. I hope you both are ready today because we are going to play a special game that we created called Choose Your Own Adventure Author Edition. So the game goes as follows. You will choose a topic from our wall of topics, and we will either ask you the question or tell you the challenge that corresponds with the topic you choose. Are there any questions?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I think we're good.
And we probably won't get to all of them, but maybe 4 or 5 apiece. So choose wisely. We will have, Keila, why don't you go ahead and start?
Okay. I will start with spice it up because, again, it's carnival time. And in my kitchen, you will find Louisiana Creole seasoning. And it's great on everything. And I make my own. And it has 8 different dried ingredients like paprika and garlic and onion powder, and of course cayenne and black pepper and salt and what else? Anyway, I have it on my website.
Yum.
What's your favorite thing to put it on?
Oh my gosh. Barbecued shrimp. New Orleans barbecue shrimp. It's basically just garlic and butter, and a lot of Creole spice.
Love
That
it.
sounds so good. So yeah, the question that would go with spice it up is if you could have only one seasoning, what would it be? And she said what it would be. So there you go.
Yum,
and
yum.
if you need the ingredients, like you said, find it on your website.
Yeah, I talk a lot about food. I'm from Louisiana. I'm a food prude. You know that. There's no kale and gumbo, right? So
That's right.
yeah, I definitely have some recipes on my site, and I use that ingredient a lot.
Awesome. All right, Laurie, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to go with the reverse New Year's resolution.
Okay,
What
so
can't I live without?
Yes, tell us something you cannot live without.
And that's community, friends, family, KidLit authors, just community. And even if it can't be in person yet, Zoom works just fine. But I need that community. I need that connection.
I'm so glad that during the pandemic and everything that's been going on, that community hasn't gone away. I actually feel like I have a stronger community.
I think it has gotten stronger because it's more easy to connect with people far away that you might not see.
Right.
You know, or connect with people like in our group who we don't live near each other. We may never see each other in person, but we can connect.
Right. It's expanded.
Yes.
Definitely. Has definitely expanded. And I love that we can do these virtual visits with schools because, the in-person, there's nothing like an in-person visit. Let's, nothing like that. But the opportunity to get into classrooms far and wide, because, what I usually say is people ask me, so, what were you doing during RAD? I went, Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. So it is great to have those connections. Absolutely, Laurie. Correct. I agree.
Your turn.
Oh, okay. I'll go with LOL. My husband is a pediatric infectious diseases doc. So he and his patients are always exchanging jokes. So this is one that he told me this week. What's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu? One needs a tweetment and the other needs an ointment.
Do you still live with this person?
He is. And sometimes his patients come back with some better ones too. So his joke repertoire has definitely upped his game.
That's awesome. All right, Laurie.
Okay, I'm going to go with hiring now. And I'm going to cheat. Just like when you get 3 wishes from a genie and your first wish is to have more wishes, my cheat of who would I hire now or what household chore would I get rid of right now? What one household chore? And the household chore is being my major domo, the person who takes charge of all the household chores.
Genius.
When my kids were little and I was working full time, I was hoping for a wife. I just needed a wife to do all of this. Now I've upgraded my game to major domo. It sounds fancier.
There you go. There you go.
That's like when you have 3 wishes and you're asking for one of your wishes to ask for more wishes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice way to cheat the system. I like it.
Yeah, really. Creative, Laurie, creative. Okay. All right. So I will go with spooked. The computer screen went black. That challenge was use 5 words to tell a story. The computer screen went black, and it's a true story. This happened while I was preparing my presentations for RAD, and I had like 8 visits planned. Typing away, turned my head, and all of a sudden I had a black screen. And this is a new laptop. So I had to get into gear real fast and get it over to get it repaired. And thankfully, it only took a few days, but this was only like a week before RAD. That's my scary story.
That would be very
That is
scary.
a scary story.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Never
for
happened.
viewers,
Never.
for viewers who may not know, RAD is World Read Aloud Day. That is every year. Is it always on February 2nd?
Or close nearby. Yeah. Always the first week of February.
Always the first week of February. So teachers and librarians, make sure you look out for that next year.
Yeah.
All right, Laurie.
Okay, I'm going to go with priority. And the one word I will give for priority is time turner. I need a time turner like in Harry Potter, so I just have more hours in the day to get things done.
So that was one word that you're telling us what you need right now.
That's it.
Got it. It's a good
You're
one.
Hermione Granger. I love it.
All right, we'll
we
go.
all love Hermione.
Yeah.
We'll go one more round. So Keila, last one.
Oh, okay. Rare find. What is something that you have in your bag or wallet that you think no one else would have? Well, I still carry in my wallet my Japanese driver's license and my Egyptian driver's license.
Because you never know when they may come in handy.
Actually, I have a funny story about my Egyptian license. Once driving around in Cairo, I think I was coming back from tennis, and I was pulled over by the police. And, I didn't speak Arabic. I mean, like a 2-year-old. And so he takes my license and he looks at it, shakes his head, and then confiscates it. And I'm like, whoa. And I have diplomatic plates. So I'm thinking, whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing? And luckily, a friend of mine who spoke Arabic was in the car, and she asked him, and she said, Keila, your license is expired. And I went, I have been in this country that long. I have an expired Egyptian license. And it's all in Arabic. So, of course, I never read it. And no one from the embassy ever told me anything, because people usually, maybe State Department people stayed that long, but usually military and civilians didn't stay past 5 years. So I had to get a new driver's license. And the Japanese license, I keep this because this was one of the hardest driver's tests I have ever taken in my life. So if you move to Japan and you have to get a driver's license, study.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely don't have either of those things in there. So very unique.
Yeah, I've always wanted someone to stop me. You know that game? I don't know, you guys, I'm probably dating myself, but there was a game that, somebody on the street would stop you and say, I'll give you $100 if I can't guess what's in your wallet if you give me a clue. And if I did that, it's like, you will never guess what's in my wallet.
All right, Laurie, last choice.
Okay, and I'm going to go with book talk, since we're talking about books anyway. And it's from my book, Codebreaker Spy Hunter. I mentioned she was a code breaker in World War I and World War II. What I didn't say is, just like Alan Turing did in England, she broke the Germany Enigma machine here in the US. And you find out that she broke the machine. You turn the page, which is the beauty of picture books. You have that pause, you turn the page, and it says, "It was a bad time for the Nazis."
That's so cool.
Wow. Well, thank you both so much for that fun game. We're going to wrap things up, but can you quickly tell our viewers all the cool things they can find on your author websites, which are linked below, like activity guides and STEM resources, author visits, and anything else?
Well, I think this is a good time for Laurie and I to talk about our book talk. which is a YouTube channel that we're working on for our KidLit group called For Growing Minds, and KidLit for Growing Minds. And we're going to have some content, little short videos that hopefully educators, teachers, and librarians can use to use our books in their classrooms, and hopefully find, some content that will help them with discussions in the book, or with content about the people that we write about, the stories that we tell. So we're hoping they'll be able to launch that soon. And of course, on my website, I have book trailers and content on Flipgrid and YouTube, and book trailers, and my activity guides. Yeah, I have activity guides for all my books too.
That YouTube channel sounds like a great resource. I can't wait
because
to
it'll
hear about it.
Short little mini lessons, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, but also some book trailers, maybe some trivia, maybe something about the author. We're sort of figuring out the parts as we're going along and seeing what people want to contribute. But
so
is it for resource.
you're going to invite other authors as well? Like, start with your books and then other authors, or is it only your books?
Well, it's within our group.
Yeah.
Within the group. Okay.
Right.
So
right.
maybe
Not just the two of us.
Yeah.
Right now it's just the two of us.
Right. But we have 12 members in our group. And so we're asking all of them to contribute little short mini lessons about an aspect of their book. And since Laurie shared something about her book, I was going to say that something like this. This is one of my favorite spreads in my book, because it's Opening Road, Victor Hugo Green in his Green Book. So it would be something like, this is the way I, as an author, wanted to demonstrate that this period of time, when African Americans could not travel, this was a way that I was able to show that this period was horrible because of laws and discrimination. However, it was still a time when there were many things going on, and it showed the ingenuity of Black people. In cities with no hotels willing to rent to Black people, some Black female entrepreneurs rented out rooms in their homes. Tourists showed up at all hours of the day or night on strangers' doorsteps. But with the Green Book, they knew they were arriving somewhere safe. Carry your Green Book with you, Victor urged. You may need it. And I love the way Aliana Harris, the illustrator, I cried when I saw this spread. Look at this woman. She's touching the shoulder of this guy who's just trying to travel with his family, and the family. The little girl who's, yawning. We've all been there. Like, you're in the car. It's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? So, so this is the kind of content that we want to be able to share. It's like how our words will reflect the stories that we tell, and the art, because we have illustrators too.
I love that. Laurie, what do you have on your website?
Okay, so on my website, I have what most of us have. I have curriculum guides for all of my books, or activity guides for the dinosaurs. Curriculum guides. There's some trailers on there. I have some STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math activity worksheets on there. Information about school visits, information about speaking, where I'm going to be, a calendar, news thing, important things that have come up with me or my books. And like Keila, we're both lucky enough to have short enough names and unique enough names that no matter where you look, that's our name. That, I'm Laurie Wallmark on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. My website is lauriewallmark.com. And Keila the same, except obviously with her name and not my name.
Yeah, I had to mix mine up a little bit because, believe it or not, there are other Keilas in the world.
The nerve.
Not many in the United States, but
right. But your Twitter is still Keila Dawson.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us today, and for getting a little silly and opening up and sharing kind of a sneak peek on what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. To all of our readers out there, we hope you enjoyed our show and are inspired to pick up some amazing books.
We'll be back next Sunday with some more KidLit fun. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Tiffany, and we're signing off. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for having us. Bye.